274 RK Cherokee here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. I think last year in the Cherokee series of trailers, this was our very best seller, and for good reason. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. With that being said, I personally believe that every single travel trailer is the best for a different reason. So why go with the Cherokee? Why the 274 RK? That's what this video is about. Not to say what's wrong with the other brands, but where this one shines through, because they all have cool qualities, and there's things that other trailers do that this one doesn't, but I think this one really hits the mark on the things that matter. First thing I want to mention too, before we get too far along, this is a Cherokee limited series in this video. That means that there is a lot of optional equipment present in this video, kind of like when you see a car commercial and it says optional equipment present. Not every single 274 RK we carry features all this equipment. That limited bundle is only available to very high volume dealers like ourselves. Some things come and go throughout the year. If the trailer we have in stock is equipped differently, I do try to make the pictures line up. We do publish copies of our MSRP sheet, so you get to see exactly what you're purchasing. Just, I guess, keep in mind this is sort of stock footage, so let's get dug in here. Solar prep ready. This is made for like a solar suitcase. It's not the type of solar system that will run your AC. It's the type designed to keep your battery topped off. We do have a nice power awning on here with full LED. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn my battery on. Let me turn that back on so you get to see the lights here. Little video guy failure here. Click that on and look at that. Batteries. Amazing, man. Lights this thing right up here. So we have a full cool blue LED light strip at the base here. Now against the bottom of this white awning, it's going to cascade that light down and just give your campsite a really cool glow, basically. Big windows where you can, and that's a big defining quality in a Cherokee. Where they put windows, they tend to put as large of a window as they can. Windows and lighting are the two most expensive components in an RV total. If you total the cost of all the lights, all the windows, they probably trump just about anything else in this trailer, and that's the case in almost any RV. That's why your cheap brands seem so dark inside. They have a little bit of lighting, they have very small windows, but they have the same size camper. That's how they get the price down. Limited package has given us that power awning, power tongue jack. One thing I forgot to show you on the power awning over here is that this is an easily adjustable system. If you want to pitch adjust it, that's it. That's all there is to it. You just pull that side down, and now you've got the awning cranked down at a nice 12-inch variance here. So when you're ready to flip it back up, again, one-handed. That's all there is to it. There's no struggle, no sweat equity involved. Hi, ma'am. The big super slide over here. You see a lot of things like that. It's got a cool accent colored wall that looks pretty sharp, but it's the detail stuff that defines this brand for me. The skin is very textured. It's going to pull those wiper seals as tight as they possibly can. If a wiper seal gets folded halfway in or out, you got a leak. Even if you don't have like a roof failure, if that seal's not all the way in or out, you got a leak. Again, big windows, and look at how big the window panels are on there for cross breeze. You get some awesome breeze going on in here. Windows on the sides of the slide out for light, which a lot of cheaper brands won't have. Again, windows and lights are very expensive in campers. You figure if this thing twists and that window's not strong, it's going to break. So that has to be a very good quality window. The travel rack on here is part of that limited package. It functions as like a 200-ish pound cargo capacity. You can chain some bikes down to it. You see your spare tires on there. You do not have to take the tire off to fold that down, by the way. It's a lot easier to use. This is pre-prepped for a Furion backup camera system that you can mount up there and have wired right in. So basically, and we have those on the shelf here, just call us for a quote on stuff like that. And it's detail stuff like this little black vent above that window. That's the stovetop vent. Not every trailer has stuff like that, and you'd be really surprised how expensive some RVs are that don't have that. Long story short, this is what allows you to exhaust heat from the camper if you are cooking. A lot of campers will have what looks like a vent hood, but it might only be a charcoal filter that's just recycling air and basically blowing all the hot air right back at you, and you're cooking yourself while you're cooking your food, essentially. Giant window right here, which I love, and we'll get to that inside, but outside TV station here is part of that limited package. If you do add a TV to this camper, keep in mind, sometimes the 274s we get will include a TV. Sometimes they do not. It depends on the cost of the item from the manufacturer. Our experience has been there are certain times where they'll offer us an incentive package where it's cheaper to put a TV in from Cherokee. There are times where it's cheaper just to get one from Walmart or Target or wherever. So always check our options list to make sure we have the equipment you're looking for, so you know what other extras you might need. Long story short, this bracket right here, you're going to see a matching one inside, so your TV can just float in or out. It does connect to your entertainment system, so your stereo, your DVD player, everything. This is a friction sprung door. If you notice, I can heave. I can throw that door. I can slap it, and it's not going to hit the side of the trailer. I can fling that sucker, and it still doesn't fully close. That is so that if you have this thing open and a big wind, like when you're opening the door, if a big wind comes up, it won't smash it against the side of the trailer. The other thing is, because it's self-supporting basically, you can close or open the door all the way. So this sharp little corner, it's against the trailer where you're not going to walk into it. It's not sticking out where you're begging your grandkids' cheeks to get torn up. I mean, that's kind of a scary disaster scenario, but I don't know. Kids can do amazing things sometimes. The interior decor we're looking at, I believe this is called Natural. It's by far the most popular. Again, I just want to mention that this video here is kind of stock footage. So if the fabrics on the pictures that we have look different from this video, you now understand why. Just like you have an accent light awning, you have an accent light above the slide out. Now what's cool about that is it'll give just a cool little glow in here, but especially at night. This is just primarily a couples camper, but if you need to use the sofa, if you need to use the dinette for sleeping, that's the perfect little night light. It really is. Not to mention it just looks cool. The flooring in here, I love this high definition pattern flooring. This is bow flooring. It is way better than the common linoleum flooring that's been used in the RV industry for so many years. Now, over your big windows here, you're going to see, let me see if the light fit. There we go. We've got wooden plantation blinds, not cheap metal blinds right there. Cheap metal blinds are just begging to get twisted up and screwed up all the time. A nice plantation wooden blind like that, first of all, it's hard to break. Secondly, it's easy to clean. It's as close to maintenance free as you can get, but it costs $1 more. It's a better fixture though. This camper does have central air and central heat. And when you start getting into a very price-aggressive market like this, I mean, this segment of travel trailers, your common stock family class campers, this is the most popular, most aggressive segment of the RV business. There's some cutthroat stuff out there, unfortunately. There's some very good stuff out there, too. This is a good example of that. You know, so you have to keep in mind some of those differences. Now, one of the things I like is you walk in and you notice you've got all of your lights, all your living room lights just on one switch. Additionally, these are all LED lights with just a quick little click on, click off feature. That's a newer addition at the time of this filming. They've switched over from incandescent bulbs and transferred over into LEDs. I'm super excited about that. It means that these lights are cooler. They don't generate heat. It means they use less of your battery power. Also means that they're brighter. It's just a better quality fixture all around. But it costs a cent more. And that's why I put these videos together, because if you just glance at a floor plan schematic, you'll find one cheaper. You won't find one with all this equipment necessarily for this money, though. Something we like to add to these are the dinette mega drawers. These things are extreme. They go all the way to the back of the dinette. And you'll notice the boxing of this thing is heavy duty. 5/8 tongue and groove plywood construction on these. And that's actually the exact same type of material your flooring is built out of. Your floor decking is 5/8 inch tongue and groove plywood. This has one of the best structures in wood frame travel trailers out there. Their walls have a 12-inch on-center studs. So the wood studs here in the walls are 12 inches on center. That blows away almost anything else built there. A good camper has 16-inch on centers. There are some with 24 and 28-inch on centers. This has so much meat in the walls. The structure of this is really heavy duty. And that's why we don't really have a lot of Cherokees come back with significant issues anymore, because the structure, the shell, holds its shape. Here's another thing. Another way they've made this as problem-free as possible. There's no seams on any countertop material anywhere in a Cherokee. It's all sealed edge. It's all seamless. So if you spill an iced tea, either regular or, I don't know, Long Island, just depends on your idea of camping, it can't seep into a seam and sponge and swell. You'll see the same thing on the kitchen countertop here. You actually see a heavier duty version of that on the kitchen countertop, because this gets even more abuse. You know, it's smarter stuff like that. This rear kitchens are good for more countertops and more cabinets than anything else. And this pantry absolutely rocks. First of all, it's super deep. It's as deep as the refrigerator. Secondly, it goes from floor to ceiling. It's 78 inches tall. Third, it's really wide and easy to get to. It's not a narrow pantry. It's as big as the refrigerator. No joke. Actually bigger. Now, I point out not just the fancy stuff, but the stuff that confuses me sometimes too. I don't know why there's a power outlet on the ceiling right here. I really don't know. I can only guess maybe it's for like a vacuum cleaner, so the cable's up out of the way. I can only guess that in a worst case scenario, let's say we ran into a slide issue, you have kind of like a little a power connection right here. I don't know. I think it's there just for disaster relief, so to speak. I've never ever had a customer ever report using that outlet, but I gotta believe there's a reason for it, and I think that if I use this camper for a day or two, it would probably present itself to me. You have good upper overhead cabinetry here, good space. Those are extra deep. And again, it's the detail stuff, like the extra trim work they're doing on here. You don't get that stuff in this price point. You just don't. Again, double big drawers on full extension glides, all plywood construction on those drawers. We talked about the upgraded countertops, and again, on the countertops, you're getting an even thicker material. And look at this giant mega sink right here. Again, in this price point, getting an under-mounted sink is pretty much unheard of. And you're getting that here in a Cherokee. Not to mention the fact that this sink cover right here is super heavy duty. That thing is extreme. So you can actually use that like a legitimate countertop space. And again, in this price point, getting nicer pull-out hardware is one of those things you just don't generally encounter. Cherokee's using a recessed oven that is countertop flush. So once again, we get even more usable countertop space here. And then when you're cooking, this folds up. And this is your backsplash so that you don't accidentally splatter grease or anything anywhere. You see power outlets both here and here in the kitchen. Now those outlets could also easily double as like a phone charger right next to your seats there. But you have room for your blenders, your griddles, your all that stuff. Now the inclusion of a rear wall window back here is awesome. And again, more windows means more light. And that's something nobody ever complains about, is more light. I love the level change here, by the way. I love three-dimensional stuff. And this cabinet is deceptively deep. It actually goes way behind the oven. Flipping forward here, we have upgraded to a pair of recliners. And these things can actually rock back farther than that. You can really lay down in these. I just have them in a general seating position. And they're kind of residential style. By that I mean they're just on a couple little legs. They're light in weight. If you want to move them around, do so. And again, giant windows, cross breeze all over your living room. That's what's awesome about this floor plan. I was telling you how I like that big window outside. Let me dig into that. A lot of people like a rear living room because you get two chairs overlooked by a giant window. That's exactly what we have here in a rear kitchen, except in a rear kitchen we get more countertop space, and your window is overlooking your campsite, not looking at the trailer behind you. I like rear kitchens. I really do. We talked about the big windows, the blinds. I'm kind of making a quick mental checklist as we go. All in one entertainment center. You don't need to bring along extra electronics. This little guy right here, this Furion system, does it all. Again, you can add a TV here. Sometimes they're included, sometimes they're not. Double check our options list. And I do love this, that faux stone look. It has such a very organic earthen look in here. It's very cabin-like. And again, all sealed edge countertops. Even up here, they use a better quality countertop just because it's a better quality thing. In the hallway, walking through to the bedroom, notice that we have even an extra big window here just for light, you know, as well as in the bedroom. And if you do need privacy, you got it. You got it all day long. You know, very, I guess, not uncommon front bedroom, although I do like to point out that, again, we do have the easier LED lights everywhere. You've got good hanging storage on both sides here. Both sides of the bed do have power outlets with a stand so you can run your CPAP machines and whatnot. Your bathroom is accessible from either the hallway or the bedroom, as you see right here. You can see all the way through it. And this bathroom is amazing. This bathroom is amazing. You have all of this extra storage space in here that even a lot of fifth wheel bathrooms do not match. You have room down here for extra toilet paper and tank holding tablets, and extra linens for the bed if you have to sleep a grandkid there, as well as just towels and sweaters and jeans and extra stuff in here like crazy. Plus, we have a standing fifth wheel shower, not a travel trailer tub as you would normally find in this class. And we have leg room. We can actually sit on the toilet. We can actually get dressed when we're done in the shower. You don't have to take your clothes to the living room to get dressed. People don't think about that stuff until they've already spent thousands of dollars. That's why I point this stuff out. Even more storage over here. I mean, this bathroom's amazing. Just like the kitchen, you're getting the heavier duty countertop right here, and you're actually getting a sink you can put your hands into. Now we also have one of the biggest in-class medicine cabinets here, so you don't have to use this nice countertop space to put your shavers and everything on. You have room to keep all that stuff piled away. Plus, we are getting nicer hardware. We're getting the nice big Create-A-Breeze fan, not the little bitty 4-inch plastic fan. This thing, if you open a couple windows and turn this on, because they specifically gap this door to allow airflow, you can get a 6-mile-an-hour breeze rolling through your camper, even if you're not running the AC. That's what I mean is, you take a glance at this, and you've seen something else that is roughly the same shape, but when you look at the detail work and the thought that was applied to this camper, you can definitely see the difference. There is a reason Cherokee has grown from the 5th best-selling trailer out there to the 2nd best-selling trailer, and is still growing right now, because of smarter built, better floor plans like this one, with better hardware and more user-friendly stuff. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping. Go have some fun.